Welcome to another round of Sports Reviews. Tonight I'm reviewing Philadelphia Union 0, Club América 2, on aggregate 0-4. Club América moves on to the Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League final on October 28th. We have our first finalists. Tomorrow we will see who hosts them in the final because the winner of Monterrey Cruz Azul will be the host no matter what. This is the second leg of the semifinal of the Champions League, of the second semifinal. At halftime, it was 0-0 as it stood. In the 50th minute, Philadelphia have a penalty. They get a penalty due to Shabilko pulled down right out inside the box before he could take a shot. Sort of similar to the Kamar Lawrence foul last night, which was an obvious red card because, as I'm about to say, that should have been given a red card on VAR. They were looking at it. They thought they should have given a red. And honestly, at least Philly did. The referee was thinking about it. And honestly, it should have been a red card. Just like the Kamar Lawrence foul last night. If that was a red, this was a red. But they do not check it on VAR. They do not give it, but they still give the penalty. And Jamiro Montero takes. Guillermo Ochoa saves it. It bounces off the crossbar and out and gets cleared by América, goes down the other way. They don't score, but it was a very tense moment for Club América where if they had allowed 2 goals, it would have been, without scoring, it would have been a penalty shootout. 3 without scoring, it would have been a Philly win. But doesn't matter. 79th minute, Nicola Benedetti scores, gets the ball, played into him. He taps it in, scores to make it 1-0. 3-0 on aggregate for Club América. Then in the 90-plus second minute, it was already pretty much over, but Henry Martin puts it away for sure with a great play. Mauro Lewellen crosses the ball in. Ball takes a bad deflection off of Elliott. Ball falls down to Henry Martin. He puts it in far post where he was standing right in front of, but it was the far post from where Lewellen crossed it in. Henry Martin taps it in. Andre Blake could do nothing about it. 2-0, 4-0 on aggregate. That's the way it would end. And that means Club América goes to the final. As the visitors, we will find out who will host them tomorrow night. But no MLS teams in the final. The worst that could happen to me is I would have to shave if América wins. And yes, I still remember that bet and still will for a month. Come on, Cruz Azul / Monterrey. Can you please win? I will make my prediction a couple of days before. I think 2 days before the final. Stats are as follows. 10 shots to 10. 7 shots on target to 5. 57% possession to 43% possession. 348 passes to 243 passes. 89% pass accuracy to 75% pass accuracy, 24 fouls to 13, 5 yellow cards to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 1 offside to 1, 7 corners to 4. And honestly, to me, Philadelphia dominated most of this game. They dominated, and honestly, it was just 2 defensive mistakes that really hurt the Union. Even one hurts them. But I could have seen, at the end of the first half, I thought Philly would score 2 goals and win on the night and send it to a penalty shootout. I really thought they had that power to pull that off. Now they didn't, but I really thought they could have pulled it off. And it's sad to see them not pull it off because the way they played was so great. I don't know how to put the words to it, but that was great. The way they played was great. And I normally don't want to see an MLS team win the Champions League before Toronto, but the way that Philadelphia played, they earned my respect to a certain degree. They earned my respect to a certain degree because if you know me, I have put down Philly at every turn as a one-season wonder. I don't give them respect when they deserve respect, so on and so forth. And that's just the facts. I've done that. And you could totally hold me at that. And I was a little bit wrong. I was wrong, and Philly didn't play well in the first leg. They didn't. And they put them in this hole, themselves in this hole, but they almost got out, honestly. They almost got out, and you could have seen them score 2 goals. And I honestly thought they would have been able to, the way they played. I thought they could have done it. I really thought they could have done it. And I'm so proud of Philly for putting up the fight that they put up. Club America scored 2 goals on defensive mistakes. They were the ones that did not play to the way I expected them to play. Just like how Philly did it in the first leg. The only reason was Club America was already 1 foot in the final. And they put their other foot in when they scored those 2 goals off of defensive mistakes. They didn't have to do much. But Philly worked their butts off to get that match going and try to push forward and win the match and win the tie. And Philly played so well. I respected the way they played. The way they played was a great game, and they deserved more than what they got out of this, or the nothing they got out of this. They deserved a penalty shootout at least. América did what they had to do. I'm not saying América played a bad game or anything bad at all. But Club América got what they could out of this game, not what they deserved. Philadelphia did not get what they deserved. They kind of got stabbed in the heart, pretty much. And it sucks to see that. Philly played a much better game, and they only, in the end, undid themselves. It wasn't any brilliance out of Club America that undone Philly. They outdone themselves. They undone themselves, frankly. And that's the way I see it. Philly made the 2 mistakes that led to the 2 goals that sealed the tie late on for América and put them in the final. Philly fought their butts off, and that's all I'm saying. América did not have that great of a match. They really didn't. And that's all I'm trying to say. América did what they needed to do, not what they are capable of. But even then, it didn't look great. Even though they're capable of more, this match didn't look great for them. It didn't. It didn't make them look good in one bit, whatever the slightest. It did not make them look good at all. So with that said, I would rather say that Philly was the better team. Philly was the better team. Philly was better. América did not really do what they should have done. They only did what they needed to do, which is fine because they were ahead. They had the choice of do they play all out or pounce on mistakes, and they pounced on mistakes, and that's what gave them the tie completely. That game was nervy for about 79 minutes. And Philly deserved more. And that's exactly how I feel. Philly deserved more, and I respect. I've gotten some respect for Philly. Gained some respect for Philly that I didn't have early on this year, or even last year, frankly. They may have put Toronto down and out, and Toronto's only won like 5 games since the Philly game in Philly last year, but I can't hold that against them, can I? Not anymore. So I respect what Philly are doing. They deserve better, and hopefully they get another chance at some point to show themselves in the Champions League, because I'd like to see them have another good run. This was a great run for them, and América is still going on. And if they win, I have to be clean shaven. At least the morning after the game, if not that night. Hopefully that doesn't end up happening, but my luck, it probably will, but we'll see. Come on, Cruz Azul / Monterrey. Whoever comes out of the game tomorrow night, please win on the 28th, all right? I will be happy with you forever. I'll never turn on y'all, all right? Maybe you could become my Mexican team. It wouldn't be that much, but still. Hopefully it's Cruz Azul because, I've already sort of had a fraternity with Cruz Azul fans anyway after that Toronto tie and them winning the Liga back in the Clausura earlier this year. So we'll see. But with that said, that's how I felt about this game. So if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Check out my Patreon, $5, $10, or $20 a month. Anything's appreciated. Help support the channel. Be awesome if you do. Also support by super chats on the live streams tomorrow. Let's get the first super chat on my channel tomorrow. Okay, cool. Also support by liking, commenting, putting these videos in playlists, sharing these with your friends, family, whatever. And then tomorrow I have a live watch along in RSR for Cruz Azul versus CF Monterrey. That'll be a good game, and I think that live will do better than this one. We'll see. But there we go. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you later.